So this is Mark and Steve, your chopstick guys, with your
small bite for today?
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer than a small bite.
Okay, it's a mouthful for today.
Yeah, exactly. So what we wanted to talk about was the selfie phenomena. You know, it's so easy to just go, I don't get it, the reason for doing selfies.
Which we've said a lot of times, right?
Exactly. But here's the point that we were just talking about, and it was this, is the fact that my friend Dan, who I spent about 6 months traveling around Mexico with years ago when I was 21 years old, he taught me one of the greatest lessons I think I've ever learned. And that was, his thing was always, anytime you take a photo somewhere, put somebody in it.
Yep.
You know, and it wasn't ever about don't take your artsy photos or a cool photo of a spot. It was always about you get to a place that's really neat. For instance, you go to Disneyland. What do I care about 10 years from now, a picture of the Dumbo ride? But by me standing in front of the Dumbo ride, or my kids, or a friend, suddenly that picture has some value, is something that is going to mean something to me. So it's so important to, anytime you are going somewhere, especially traveling, always put somebody in the photo, even if, you know, you take your photo and then get in it. So I just think that's so important for people to understand. You know, always get somebody or yourself in the photo.
Yeah, that's a good point. In fact, I had a friend tell me, speaking of friends, we were traveling down in Mexico on a humanitarian trip, and he kept saying to me, hey, take my picture. Hey, take my picture. Hey, take my picture. Like everywhere. In front of a sign, in front of a stop sign, in front of the restaurant. And no matter where we were on the way down, like, take my picture. I'm like, Paul, what are you talking about? Like, take my picture all the time. Would you just kind of calm down? And he's like, no, let me tell you why. And the reason why he always wanted his picture taken, he grew up in the Ukraine. He's now living here in the U.S., but he has no pictures of himself when he was younger.
Huh.
And so his family, you know, he's like, Dad, can I see some pictures of when I was 8 years old? Don't have them. Can I see some pictures when I was 10 years old? Don't have them. Can I see some baby pictures? Don't have them. So
wow.
what he wants to do is actually he wants to preserve every place he is in kind of his own history log, and
make up for lost time.
Yeah, and be able to show those pictures to his kids and say, when I was 8 years old, I visited here. This is where I was. So it goes back kind of the importance of selfies. Like, we always make fun of the selfie generation.
Yeah.
But really, what you said and started out with is true. Like, everywhere you go, document yourself in front of the area where you're at. Now, you can still take those artsy pictures, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah, exactly.
In that documentation.
We were just talking to somebody yesterday about wedding photos and, you know, the importance of the formal photos, where a lot of photographers these days, they don't understand, why do I want to take these formal photos? Those are formal. Mm-hmm. I'm about telling a story. Well, I love, you know, telling a story, and you should tell a story. But you know what? As someone, you know, we've both been married. I've been married 24 years. You've been married 25.
Yep.
The important photos now.
Not to each other.
No. But the important photos are photos of family members, you know, photos of myself and my grandma, who's now gone. Those are the important photos, not the artsy photos. They're great, but you got to have both. So that's our tip for today. Man, start making sure people are in your photographs. When you go to the Grand Canyon on this your next photo trip, and it's just all about photography, at the same time, jump in the photos. You will thank me later.
You know, this is about kind of selfies. Why am I constantly out of the picture? There we are.
There, you're there, because I'm blinded by the sun.
Before we go, how about a selfie?
Hey, Mark and Steve, your chopstick guys, with your little bit bigger than a small bite of the day.